Welcome to Introspective Illumination. My name is Leslie, and today I will be doing a love reading for all 12 zodiac signs for the month of December, and some of this energy is also going to be flowing into the new year of 2022. I encourage you to watch the reading for each your sun, moon, and rising signs. If you don't know what they are, there's a lot of resources, free resources online that you can quickly figure that out. For this reading, I've brought in a love quartz, which is for love energy, and a pink candle to also symbolize love. And we've also got our pink candle over here. I will be using this beautiful love deck to get the majority of our main messages. So as I am shuffling for your sign, I encourage you to just think if you have a question or you're just feeling something, to just let that flow through with the intention of it connecting with me. And although you're going to be watching this after it's recorded, our energies can still connect because energy does not necessarily abide by our human rules of time. If you're wondering about someone or maybe your current union, I encourage you to be feeling and thinking about that as I'm shuffling for your sign. And we're going to go ahead and get started with Aries. Hello, Aries. I am also an Aries. So I am an Aries sun and moon. So this reading will also be for me. So as I stated in the intro, go ahead and while I'm shuffling these love cards, think about what your question is, or maybe feel into that energy that you've been feeling, whatever that is, whether you're single or in a partnership. Let's get started to feel into these energies for Aries for the month of December and into the new year. Okay, I feel like these ones definitely want to come out. So our first card we have here is Power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. And as Aries, we definitely embody that fiery power energy. The next card is, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to the soul. And I'll pull two more from this deck, and then we'll get some more clarity and bring in some more messages for you. Okay, we have sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. And then we'll pull one more. Okay, I'm feeling like this back card here. Actually, both of these want to come out. So we're going to do more than four for us here. So we have surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. And then the last one we have here is look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Let me put that one up here. Okay, so what I'm feeling looking through these is when we're talking about, we instinctively know what's right. The answer dwells within our heart. Honor your one eternal soul. Live deep within your heart. We're definitely getting the messages of pulling inward to find the answers about these relationships that we're seeking or are currently in. For some of you, I feel like the sexual union is also pairing with the surrender card. Maybe you have been avoiding that sexual union with your partner, or maybe someone you're interested in. And what I'm feeling like is that physical union is definitely going to connect your hearts on a deeper level if you're ready for that. And of course, that message isn't for everyone. So again, general reading, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you don't identify with that, then that's perfectly okay. And letting go of the old to bring in the new. So this is hard, and I'm also really drawn to the words here, let go. I feel like we, especially as Aries, we take control. We want to, forge ahead and do it our thing. And I'm feeling like what we really need to do a little bit in this next couple months is really pull that back instead of forging ahead. And letting go of any energies or people or situations or even just thoughts. Our thoughts can really get us down. Let go of those things. Because the new, whether they be new people or simply, like I said, just thoughts, maybe thoughts about self-love, perhaps. in order for those things to flow in, we have to get rid of the old. So if you think of like a house and you have it, let's say you have it full to the brim with clutter, it's going to be really hard to bring in new things and appreciate them, right? But if we clear out the old and we bring in the new, so let's say you want to get like a new wardrobe and you declutter your clothes, you're going to obviously be able to appreciate the new a lot better. It's not going to get lost in there among the old things, and you can prioritize that. So that's really what we're being asked to do at the end of this year and beginning of next year, and to really trust ourselves that we know what is right. We have the power to decide what we want once we tap into that, and that our love with this person or people, or even just for ourselves, because that's also coming through a self-love, is really going to connect then. So I want to pull some cards from this deck also for each one of these to get a little bit more clarity, some more information. So we have happy family, and I'm going to kind of let you look at that a little bit here. So we have 4 people on the beach with a rainbow. Ooh. Anxiety. Hostilities. And when I see this card and like the warrior, I just think of us, right? The Aries, powerful, masculine energy. And then we have rest and rejuvenation. So kind of the story here is when we take the time, so maybe you are feeling some anxiety, and on this card, this female is crying. So maybe you're an outside, like it's like stormy. So maybe the inside of your mind is really stormy. You're not sure what to do. You're not sure, not necessarily even do, but what to trust is coming through. And that can be really difficult, especially when it comes to love, which requires us to be vulnerable. It can be hard to have anxiety and trust issues. And what I'm feeling is that sometimes this energy, we're anxious, we're scared, we're not sure, can lead to some kind of hostile masculine energy, maybe some outbursts. And especially as an Aries, we can have some of that energy come through. So what Spirit is asking for you to do is to take this rest and rejuvenation, to go into your heart, to go into your soul, and really tap into that. And this is going to help you like kind of nullify these energies. So we want masculine energy. We don't want, life isn't just good feelings, right? So we're going to have anxiety or worries and whatnot. But in order to kind of nullify this, so we can get into this energy of feeling the love that is out there for us, even if it's just for ourselves, we have to take that rest and rejuvenation and let go and maybe even figure out what it is you need to let go of to quiet the storm and all that kind of rushed, hurried energy that I'm feeling. And ultimately, this is going to lead to, we're not necessarily, marriage with 2 children, but this feeling that I get from this card of these people who are joined, they have this love, familial love, or, romantic love. And if you see here, we have a storm, but this sky is beautiful. We've got a rainbow. And of course, a rainbow comes after a storm, right? And rain. So this is really the sun coming in to the situation and kind of clearing that out. But you have to take the time to get in connection with yourself first and figure out what you want, what is right for you. Decisions that honor the other person, of course, because that's very important. It's not just about us. And letting go so that you can feel that deep love that's there for you. And I'm going to pull one more card. If you've watched any of my other readings, I love animals. So I'm going to frequently pull from this animal card to get some nature energy also flowing through here. Maybe an animal that you can see, that you can feel like it's confirmation for any questions or guidance you're looking for. You can use it for that. We'll see what comes up here. I highly encourage you to look out for signs and synchronicities. And you can also use this animal, oh, we got two, this animal card to use that as confirmation. So we've got the ant and the raven. The ant, working tirelessly for the good of all, connecting with community and knowing our place in it, you can move mountains and make miracles happen. The raven, magic, myth, legends, and lore. The raven is calling you to awaken to mystery and enchantment. It is time to shapeshift your life into what you want it to be. So the raven is really pulling back into the card that we had about if you could do anything, what would it be? And figuring out what that is and then shape-shifting into that energy. I encourage if there's something you want that you don't currently have, so since this is a love reading, maybe we speak of a specific partner or just love in general, to start loving yourself in that way, and it's gonna bring in more of that energy for you. And being open to and being enchanted and wooed and loved, and maybe a more romantic way. I'm hearing it's not that cheesy, so I don't know who that's for, but someone's guides are coming in and saying that. So maybe some of you out there think romantic love is cheesy and it's not real, but it is, and it can be. And then the ant, I'm really feeling called back to this family card and this idea of community and having a family and this love. And love can really connect us or unfortunately bring us apart, but love is meant to be there for a connection, right? So the lack of love, I guess, is what would bring us apart. So knowing your place, like what you want your place to be in this love story, is really important for you to be able to bring it in. Because if you don't really know, if you say, well, this, and this, and this, and then this, and this, it's going to be hard to bring that in, right? When your energy is all over the place. So get clear on what you want. And when this says you can move mountains and make miracles happen, that's true for all of us. So whatever it is you're seeking, first get really clear on it. Let go of some of the negative energy you're feeling and just really feel into that love feeling. So I hope that was helpful, Aries. Please subscribe and follow me on Instagram, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Hello, Taurus. So this is going to be your love reading for December and a little beyond is what I'm feeling. So as I shuffle these cards, I want you to either think of a question or if, a scenario, feel the energy, whatever it is that you came here to get answers for. I want you to think and feel about that as I shuffle these cards so we can pull in the messages for you this month. Okay. Time. You're trying too hard. Give it time. Isn't that our hard message to hear? Just waiting around. I know none of us like to hear that. Okay. Woo. Okay. We got a few coming through. Wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. So, of course, this is back to time. Giving it time, not rushing it, waiting. Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So where it says it's about to deepen, you still have to wait for that to happen and give it time to, I'm hearing the word smolder. So maybe you've got like this smoldering romantic energy with someone. Embrace. Through each other, you may find the missing pieces. And when I read that, I thought about human design. So I don't know if any of you know about human design, but there's gates and channels, and we all have different human design readings. We're all extremely unique. And one of the premises of human design is what we're lacking, we can find in someone else. So our design almost like comes together like a puzzle piece. And when I read that, that's immediately what I thought of is maybe this person you want to bring in or that is in your life, or you want it to, take a deeper level and do this transformation, is the missing piece. It fits with your design and you like this, and you will complement each other in a beautiful way. And let's pull out this last card here. A message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light and love. I love you. Aw, that's very sweet. Yes, they are thinking of you a lot. I'm still getting that feeling of smoldering, like, like a candle or a fire, and like this burning energy that's just, it's getting stronger. So usually when we think of a smolder, right? Like it's a fire that's gone down, but I'm feeling like the opposite. Like it's this slow burning that's going to get heavier and heavier and heavier. So I'm going to pull some more cards for this. the Temple Path, Storm Warning. And if any of these numbers, I'm feeling called to tell you this, if any of these numbers stand out to you, please take that as confirmation. Our future selves, our divine, like to communicate with us through numbers because it's something we use a lot. So if any of these could be birthdays or something significant, a significant date, please keep that in mind when the messages are coming through. So we have number 38, fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael, and the fourth chakra is the heart chakra. And coming through in a love reading makes a lot of sense. Ooh. And then we have victory. Okay. So this is actually really beautiful, this love I'm feeling for you guys in the next couple months. So really, like, the only negative card here, right, and I say that loosely, is our storm warning. So this might be how you're feeling inside. The first group, Aries, also got this. Maybe you're feeling tumultuous. You feel like you're being broken apart. You're not sure where things are going with this person, but you really want more. And I'm feeling really called to this, like, this waiting. So kind of what I'm hearing is the calm after the storm. So we have this transformation that's going to happen, and this is going to turn into something beautiful. So whatever maybe you're feeling, you know, scared or worried, you know, I recognize that, and it's hard, but know that you're going to come through it. You're going to get through the storm, even though it looks pretty bad. It's like breaking things, and you're going to get through this time. And when I first pulled this Temple Path card, and I'm going to pull this up again here so you can look at it, the first thing I saw was a wedding taking place in this gazebo area. So I don't know if you're going to get married, if you are married, if you are going to get engaged, or maybe just a signify of like a deeper commitment and union, since this is a general reading. But this would be a beautiful place to get married. But that's what I'm feeling from this card, is this deeper commitment and union is going to come through. And the fourth chakra is the heart chakra. So you can call in Archangel Raphael to help you with this, to open your heart to the loving energy that wants to come through. And when I'm looking over at this embrace card also, since it just says embrace, I'm seeing Archangel Michael coming in and embracing you and letting you feel these things. Maybe these are things from your past that have really made you skeptical, you know, broken. Him coming in and holding you and helping you heal that. So call in Archangel Raphael to help you heal. I don't feel like whatever this tumultuous thing you're feeling or you need healed from is going to stop this love from coming in if it's not there already. I'm just feeling like once you heal these little bit of cracks that you still have, you're really going to be able to pull in this love. And that's part of why you're being asked just to wait a little more to do that healing so that it can be even better than what it would be if you connected now. And then ultimately, we're talking victory here, right? So I'm just feeling a lot of love coming in. Essentially, what I'm hearing is getting what you want. And that's really beautiful that this is coming through for you guys. So I'm going to pull an animal message. If you've looked at any of my other readings, I connect deeply with animals, so I want to pull in a message from the animals. You can take any of this imagery or numbers as confirmation from you, but also when I pull this animal totem, I'm doing so with the intention that if you see this animal anywhere, whether it be real life or online, this is just confirmation for you. So maybe if you've been wondering about something and then you see it, you know that they're hearing you. So let's pull in some animal energy here. And I also love animals because they're connected to the earth in a way that we're not anymore. And I pull out too. And they just kind of they ebb and flow, right? So I really like to bring in that energy and that knowledge into our readings. Just kind of like that effortless existence almost, where they're not worrying about the future. So we have frog and bee. Frog, excuse me, frog. Rainmaker, alchemist, clairaudient, fertility, transformation, metamorphosis, safe passage into the netherworld, the final stages of growth, you have arrived. Yeah, so this calls back to what I was talking about, where you just have a little bit more to heal, just to make the union even better. even though you could call it in right now and have it exactly how you wanted, it would be even better to do those final stages of growth and transformation and really alchemize some of the storm energy into something beautiful, right? Because there's always sun after a storm. And then we have the B, fertility, abundance, creativity, propagation. Sorry, for a second, my mind did not read that right. Strong connections to home and family, accomplishing tasks in a timely manner, tasting of the sweet nectar in life. Yeah, it's just this beautiful energy coming in. And when the fertility part has come up on both of these cards, this could be an indication of getting pregnant if you want to, or experiencing that. So just keep that in mind. If you don't want that this next couple of months, just take precautions. So I hope that resonated with you, Taurus. I hope you have a wonderful next month. Please subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Welcome, Gemini. So we're going to get started. So as I'm shuffling these cards, I just want you to think about a question or a person or the feelings or emotions, whatever it is you want to get some clarity on. Just focus on that while I'm shuffling so the information can come through. And I'm sorry if you heard that. That was my cat deciding to be crazy in that moment. So maybe you're going to get some swift love energy coming through for you this month. Okay, so we have, when you pass from this world, you take nothing but you and your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Right, so this is really what I'm feeling from that, is just bringing through that message and reminder that really all that matters is love. We don't get to keep items and all these accomplishments, right? Like it all goes away, but those memories and that love can still be felt in the people around us. Now, this doesn't mean you're going to pass away. What I'm feeling is it's a reminder of what's truly important, which is love. And I know in our world, we can place a lot of validation on external things. And really what we want to come back into is that love, whether it's romantic or not. The next card we have is balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Yeah, so all relationships should have that balance. You may feel like you give too much, or they give too much and you're feeling guilty. And agreeing for the sake of it, that can be some really like negative energy to have in a relationship, just going along to go along. So this is really coming back to, you want to be supported, you're going to be challenged, but just because there are challenges doesn't mean it's not a great love. Love is not necessarily going to be easy. Soulmates are not necessarily going to have you're not going to have the easiest relationship with a soulmate, right? You're going to learn things from them and grow together. So just when you're in these tough situations, remember to go back to that feeling of love and remember that is the most important thing. I'm feeling like maybe not what you're arguing about, but that feeling, that love. Healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. Yeah, so maybe there is maybe a little bit of turmoil in your relationship right now. Maybe it's not a big deal, but you're just feeling kind of down. Maybe you had a fight and you're just feeling a little guilty. And it really taking that, these last two want to come out, taking that time to bring in that healing energy. You could work with Archangel Raphael. That message came through for Taurus, to bring in that healing light into your heart and your partner's heart. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow and you will be surprised where it leads. And our final message from this deck is, imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. Yeah, so I'm just feeling like, sorry, I'm just listening. We want to bring in this flow. So I'm really feeling this like draw to career, right? Like maybe you've gotten a lot of satisfaction from your career, or you've been using career to avoid problems at home or some sort of work away from the home. And this is asking you to come back into balance where that with whatever you're doing is important. It's not that we want to give that up, but not to use it as a thing to avoid maybe a harder situation. And I'm not talking, we're not like, this isn't like a horrible thing, but maybe just annoying or hard enough to just want to not pay attention to it. Again, I'm coming back to maybe there was a fight that was supposed over something small that turned into something bigger. But really go with the flow. You know, there's that balance. We're constantly balancing where we're going to have good, we're going to have bad. And that's the life that we have, right? That's the balance of life. So your relationship is going to challenge you, but that's really going with the flow and recognizing that that's just part of a relationship, right? And you know that, and I know you know that, but sometimes it's better to just hear it and be like, yeah, you know, you got to remember that sometimes, that relationships aren't just going to be all positive. And when you get rid of unwanted thoughts and feelings, you're making room in your mind and in your heart for something new. I use this analogy with Aries. If you have a cluttered home and you're filling, let's say you're filling your closet with new and new and new, and then it's full of clothes and you wear the same 6 things because you can't even get in there, right? You need to clear that out, declutter, you know, maybe some negative self-talk, maybe there's some resentment going on, and you have to clear that way for new things to enter your life. Without that, it's going to be really hard for new things to enter, and you might not even recognize it for how great it is if you're stuck on these unwanted things. So we're going to pull some more cards here. Okay. Man holding a coin. Broken heart. Aww. So with this man holding a coin underneath this card about, you know, you don't take anything with you. This is really going back to like money or career or something material you've been focusing on instead of like maybe love or your relationship or finding someone to connect with. And it's time to bring that balance back in between the two, where you don't have to give that up. We need to stop using it almost as a crutch, right? Woman holding a coin. Wow, we're really bringing that in here. That money. I'll pull one more here. Here we go again with the finances, financial constraints. Yeah. So obviously we've got man holding a coin, woman holding a coin, financial constraints, and broken heart. So maybe you're having the financial issues at home for some of you, and that is causing a great strain in your relationship. I think money is one of the #1 reasons people break up or get divorced. So maybe that's part of it, is there's so much focus on what you don't have that, like, see, like this cupboard is empty, but there's a couple things in there, right? And when I'm looking at this, if you look, it almost looks like there's coins in there. Like there's 2 coins and we've got 2 coins. So it's almost like you're too busy looking at this space that's empty to see what you have. And what part of what you have is this love. And it can be really hard to focus on what we have when maybe things are tough financially, definitely. But it's leading to like this separation, and you don't need to have that. You can have that love as you move through this hard time that's going to go, you know, it's going to pass. I mean, it will pass, but you have to bring that balance back in where you're also focusing on the good things. So kind of these unwanted thoughts, instead of focusing on what's not there, focus on what is, and you're going to bring more in to fill. Sorry, my camera shut off there for a second. What I was saying was you have to bring it back in to your life and your consciousness, what's actually important in your life. And it's what you have, not what you don't have. And that's where we go back to clearing away those unwanted thoughts so we can make room for more. And if you've ever watched any of my other readings, I like to pull things from the animals because I have a very deep connection with animals. So if you see this animal in person or online, just take it as a confirmation for you from your guides. And we'll see what we're bringing through some of this energy from our animal guides. Okay. We have camel and spider. Make sure you guys can read those. Camel, dragon of the desert, wayfaring soul, sure-footedness amidst the shifting sands, excuse me, overcoming insurmountable odds, preparing for the journey ahead. Yeah, so this is going back to that energy of maybe you're struggling right now and you're having to shift and kind of focus on this, and you might feel a little lost. but you're going to overcome this, but you have to be ready for the journey ahead, which is actually really beautiful, but you're not going to see it if what you do have also is like kind of taken away or removed from your life because you're too focused on what you are struggling with right now, which is really a heavy feeling of finances. And the Spider, weaver of fate, creator of life, patient builder of sacred geometry, transcending time and space, all are joined in the wheel of life. Yeah, what I'm feeling with this is just, again, going back to this where you can't take anything with you, but those feelings of love that you had are going to still be here. And what you created with that love it will carry on without you. Is we are all joined in the wheel of life, and time and space is crossed when it comes to love. And the phase of patient builder is really standing out to me. So patiently building back up this love in your life, despite the other things that are lacking, because you can have some things even if you don't have everything you want, if that makes sense. So I hope this was helpful to you, Gemini. Please subscribe and follow me on Instagram, and I will see you later. Thank you for watching. Hello, Cancer. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So as I'm shuffling these cards, I want you to think about if you have a question or a person in mind, or just feelings, emotions, something you want to clear. Just keep that in mind as I'm shuffling so I can pull through what you're here for. So this is a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So maybe this person you're thinking about is also thinking about you right now. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Absolutely. I'm gonna get these straightened here. We're gonna pull 2 more of these. Okay. So we have, the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. And secret admirer, someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Ooh. Okay, so this feels very romantic love, which of course when we think of love, that's usually what we think of, but there can be platonic and familial love. So this secret admirer message for you is confirmation for those that have been wondering if, kind of like the apple of their eye is interested in them. This is a yes. But what's holding you back from really bringing this person in and feeling secure is this past, and not having necessarily faith that it's going to go the best. Maybe you've had some hard times. I think all of us have experienced heartache in our life, especially in love. But to kind of clear away some of those unwanted things. So it's funny, I think every reading so far, I've used this analogy. So let's say you have a closet full of clothes and you put in more clothes, to the point you can barely walk in your closet, and then you just wear whatever's piled up at the door, right? So that's kind of like our thoughts and our feelings, where they kind of get cluttered inside of us, and then there's not really room to bring in new. And if we do, it's kind of teetering on the top and we don't necessarily appreciate it, and it kind of just gets buried under everything, right? So this is calling you to release the past, release that negative energy, those unwanted thoughts, and focus on the blessings of love that are going to come your way. And this, that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. This is absolutely true for every single one of you. You don't have to be a certain way to deserve love. You don't have to earn it. We are all worthy of love, and the love that your heart truly desires. So I feel like maybe all of you really needed to hear that. You are worthy and perfect just the way you are. And when I say perfect, I don't mean you're free of imperfections. We are all imperfect. We are perfect despite our imperfections, and also because of them, because what I've noticed is hard things that have come through my life that I've gone through I've been able to work with my guides and the angels and some goddesses to kind of move through that energy. And now I can use those as healing for other people. So don't think of your flaws as something that you need to fix, right? We all deserve to be loved for exactly who we are, and so do you. So let's pull in some more cards for this. Oops. Maybe there's a lot of anxiety going on here. So we have anxiety. So she's crying. There's a storm outside, but if you look over here, the sun's coming in, right? So this is maybe where you're feeling right now that there's blessings coming in for you. And this is through your secret admirer. And also just loving yourself too is what's coming through. We could be our own secret admirer almost. Like there's the higher self of us that's like, you're great, you're wonderful, but maybe we're not tapped into that. So as you're sitting there crying, or maybe you're upset or you're worried, there's love out there just waiting for you. That's what I'm feeling. So, you know, as much as you can, work on kind of pulling through these energies of the past and those unwanted thoughts to bring in the sun that wants to come into your life. So we have Goddess of the Moon. That's a really pretty card. Journey. Let's see if yeah, these actually the names on those have actually those signs actually have names on them. Door to personal healing and happiness. Yeah, so I feel like maybe just listening here. Moving. So we have over here the storm, the sun's coming in, and then here we have this rainbow, right? So a rainbow only comes after it's rained. So walking through this door, so over here is the past, and as you walk through this is going to lead to this healing and happiness that needs to happen for you to have and feel this love of your secret admirer. But if what you've noticed is most of this isn't about necessarily them. Sorry if you heard that's my cat being crazy. This is about you, because there's something within you need to kind of come to terms with in order to bring this person into this front and center, because the saying of you can't love other people if you don't love yourself is actually very true. So this whole like the past and removing the thoughts and looking forward to the future. So you've kind of like, you've packed up your stuff you want to bring, you've left behind the crap you don't, and you're moving on this beautiful journey of self-love and acceptance. And then, I mean, guaranteed future love here, but you really have to focus on yourself too. We can't rely on other people to fix us almost. And the person you love deserves for you to be your whole and true self when they come into your life, right? And then with the moon goddess, I'm just feeling a lot of very feminine energy coming through, and there's a waterfall here. So I don't know if, and there's some water in this too, and there's water here, and then we have the storm. So I don't know if maybe this person's a water sign, or you live near water, or maybe you're taking some sort of vacation somewhere where you would be part of the water. But this feminine energy is loving energy. It's not pushing. It's not pushing through. It's not ignoring. It's not go, 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 right? It's love, acceptance, embracing, you know, and opening ourselves to receiving. But we can't receive if we don't feel like we're worthy, or we're bogged down with a lot of with negative feelings about ourselves. So let me pull a card from the animals. You can use this as confirmation if you see animals anywhere as a sign, whether, you know, real life, online. I doubt any of us would see some of these animals in real life, but we'll see here what comes through. We have cheetah, and dragonfly. Just make sure there's no glare, as little as possible. Cheetah, empath, healer, prolific creator, things happening at lightning speed, staying alert to synchronistic signs, the path of the soul practitioner. Dragonfly, inhabiting two worlds at once, air and water, day and night, multi-dimensional travelers bringing healing and light, protectors of the realm, lifting the veil of consciousness. Yeah, so I mentioned water already, and how you can use the dragonfly or the cheetah as a sign, and calling back to, on the cheetah card, staying alert to synchronistic signs. So I think that's really important for this group. And I'm feeling like inhabiting two worlds at once is inhabiting, like, you want this person or this scenario to come into your life if there isn't a specific person, but you're kind of straddling like the future and the past, and you got to let the past go. You have to, in order to move forward. And I think you'll be able to do it, but you need to give yourself the space and feel like you're worthy. And you are. You definitely are. Yeah. So again, I'm feeling like the healing, the goddess energy, the feminine energy coming in to heal your heart, and calling them in to help you. And of course, feel free to call your angels and your guides and give them permission to help you heal and work through this. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. Please subscribe, check out my Instagram, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Hello, Leo. So it's going to be your love reading. As I'm shuffling the cards, I encourage you to think of a person, a situation, any feelings that you want to get some clarity on, so we can connect and bring through those messages for you. Okay, 1, 2, whoop, 3. I'll pull 2 more for Leo. Okay, these up here in order. Okay, the first card is New Beginning. New adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times, we must accept things as they are. There is no point in trying to change that which is beyond our control. That could be hard to do for sure. And then deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Okay, so this living your dreams passionately, it harkens back to that last card I read about you already know the answer and doing what feels right. Sometimes it can be hard to live our lives passionately and live our dreams because we've kind of been told what to think, what to believe, what we want. And you really need to come into connection with that within yourself to know what's right for you. And really just kind of all these together here is accepting things as they are. So let me just listen here. What I'm hearing is we can't control people. So if there's a person that you're interested in, or maybe they're interested in you, but you're not sure if it's right for you, tap back into your heart to find what you want and need, and let go of whatever anyone else needs. I'm feeling called to bring through the message that I live by myself is do not change who you are for someone else to love you, because then they don't actually love you, right? It can be really hard to let go of someone maybe we've grown attached to, or we see ourselves with because we really like them. But if we can't control other people, right? We can only accept what is and be true to ourselves. And that's really coming through this month for you guys, is to, you know, accept who you are, accept what is, and let go of whatever anyone else needs. I'm feeling called to bring through the message that I live by myself is do not change who you are for someone else to love you, because then they don't actually love you, right? It can be really hard to let go of someone maybe we've grown attached to, or we see ourselves with because we really like them. But if we can't control other people, right? We can only accept what is and be true to ourselves. And that's really coming through this month for you guys, is to Yeah, so tap back in deep and it's like buried deep in there. What will help you kind of identify with this is this energy of going with the flow. We naturally, I think, resist going with the flow because we want things to be a certain way all the time. And, you know, we don't have control over actually most of anything in our lives. So let go of that idea that you have control and just go with it. You know, just there's kind of like this excited energy that wants to build, but you're resisting it. Just go with it. Like, see where it takes you. You know, you're not going to see these new possibilities and path if you're kind of stuck back here. And for some of you, it is a person that you're like maybe on and off with, or you're not sure if they're interested. Man, let that go. There is beautiful energy that wants to come through for you. And I know easier said than done right here. I'm sitting here saying this. But like you'll be surprised where it takes you, somewhere better than you ever imagined is what I'm hearing. So yeah, do what feels right. Embrace your passions. And maybe this is some energy of just doing you for a while, and then something amazing is going to come through for you in love, right? So we have victory. Yeah, I mean, like I just said, I mean, speaks for itself. This new path is going to be amazing. Goddess of the moon. So this is that feminine, loving, going with the flow energy, just that confirmation of needing to bring that in to get where you need to go instead of fighting it and trying to control everything. Oops, sorry, these two flew off screen. Okay, so we have storm warning and door to personal healing and happiness. So yeah, like you might be feeling this like you're stuck. And really with this also, like with the flow of life is, I mean, man, these storms whip around things, they destroy things, they tear things apart, right? And maybe that's just what needs to happen, right? Whip in there, live passionately. Like, again, I'm just feeling like this kind of like really excited energy wants to come in, but it can't because you're stuck and trying to control things and maybe trying to control a person. But when we're living our true authentic selves is when we bring more of those things that are meant for us to come in. And again, they're always better than we imagined. Believe it or not, the divine usually knows better than we do because they have so much more information than we do. And then door to personal healing and happiness. So this is that rainbow after the storm, and this is where you're going to go. Again, like I'm just like walk through that door, do that healing on yourself, but really it's more just giving yourself permission and like letting go of that control so it can take you wherever you're meant to go. And it feels really amazing and exciting and fun. So I highly encourage you to just stop trying to control stuff. And trust me, I know that can be really difficult. So I'm going to pull some animal messages now. If you've watched any of my other readings, you know that I really connect with animals. So I'm going to pull in some of the messages from them, and you can use when you see these animals as synchronistic sign for yourself. So the first one we have here is ox, strength, endurance, patience, presence, clearing of karma, accepting what is. I mean, come on. We must accept things as they are, okay? I don't know how much more clear we can get here. Standing strong, plowing through, elimination creates space for magic. Right, you get rid of this control, you let go of the past, and beautiful things are gonna come in, beautiful things. I'm getting the feeling that I'm hearing you're stubborn like the ox, stop being stubborn. I am also very stubborn. But again, I mean, it's come through multiple times here. Stop trying to control everything and you're going to go somewhere amazing. And then we have the grasshopper. Health, blessings, fertility, the gift of song. Inspired creations reveal your true spirit. Reincarnation, discovering your soul path. Advancement by leaps and bounds. Yeah, I just feel like once you let go of control and whatever you're holding on to, you're just going to, this passionate dream, you're just going to like go into it and, make those just like, again, like this excited, like almost like a grasshopper, right? Like hopping and just going. That's what I'm feeling. And gift of song. Some of you, your passion might even be music. I love music. So really focus and follow your passions. And I promise you, it's going to take you somewhere amazing when it comes to love. You might even meet the love of your life when you're following your dreams and passions. Just stop trying to control situations and other people because we can't. It's just better to just accept, you know what, I can't control this, and I'm gonna do what makes me happy. So I hope that was helpful. Please subscribe and follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye. Hello, Virgo. So this is going to be your love reading for December and into January. As I'm shuffling, I want you to think about a person, a question, a feeling, whatever it is you want to get clarity on, so we can pull through the most relevant messages for you. And we'll get started here. We're going to pull 5 from this deck. Okay, let's see how many that was before I keep pulling. Okay, that was 4, so I'll flip them out here. These also have some beautiful imagery on the back. I love that each card is different, so I'll let you kind of look at those while I shuffle some more. And we'll get one more, please, for our Virgos. Okay, I'm feeling like it's this one. Okay, so flip these over here. So we have a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. My beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. Freedom, there is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. And soulmate, your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. Yeah, I'm feeling very much. So with this beloved card about, you know, this is a general reading, so there's going to be some different meanings to things. The first thing I felt was a long distance relationship. So you may be in one or thinking of being in one. And this is confirmation that although you may be physically apart, you're going to be spiritually connected. So it's kind of like a green light. Go ahead, and it is okay to, I mean, long distance relationships can be hard, but your souls are connected even though they're physically far away. What I'm really feeling like for a lot of you is maybe you're looking for this person. They're not in your life yet. We're getting these messages of our spirits are united. I'm there with you in spirit. I'm thinking of you. I love you. Your love fills me with light. So what I'm hearing is this person is there. They're waiting for you. If the path is clear, you need to clear the path. So what this looks like is not as hard as it feels. Maybe it's just as accepting that you're like acknowledging that you're ready for love. Maybe you've been single for a while, or you've been jaded, and they're not going to be able to come in and that soul connection is not going to be able to happen unless you're ready. Okay. Although this person is a soulmate, we have free will. So if you're like, oh no, I'm not ready for this, I'm still really hurt, then take the time, but they're waiting for when they're there, when you're ready to open up your soul again. And allowing joy into your life regardless of the circumstances. You can find joy outside of a relationship, obviously. And even if you've been heartbroken, maybe that's, again, I'm feeling like this resistance to this love that wants to come in. You can finding that joy in other things is going to open your heart all on its own. So if you're doing something you're passionate about and you love, like I love doing readings for people, I always get really excited and I feel wonderful after I do them. That just attracts more amazing things. And that could be that love, and that could help you also heal. So really, you have the freedom to decide if you're ready to bring in this person or not, whether they be a long distance relationship or someone you've not even met yet. But you have to decide that you want that. And if you don't, that's okay too, right? So let me pull some more cards here. You have patience. Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm being drawn to this image of the clock, and like you might feel like time is ticking, like your biological clock is ticking, or you're tired of waiting, but you're kind of just waiting on yourself, to be honest. So, open up and let yourself feel that, or, just have the patience that you'll be ready when you're ready. And that's okay too. This person isn't going to disappear because they're waiting. So we have deceit. That person is pretty creepy looking. So I'm really feeling like kind of what I was feeling back here with you're not quite ready. Maybe someone's deceived you that you've loved. I'm hearing taken your money or used you. And that can be really hard that can be really hard to heal from. But once you're able to, this soulmate's gonna come in and they're not gonna do this stuff to you. You might even be in this scenario now. And I feel like some of you are, and this is your confirmation that what you suspect is true, and I'm really sorry. That's awful. But I'm feeling like this Metatron energy coming in. I love working with Metatron. Beautiful meditations with Metatron before. You can work with him on your 6th chakra to kind of bring in some, he's the archangel with the Akashic records. And I will be offering Akashic record readings soon. So if you're interested, please subscribe and let me know. One-on-one readings. It may be helpful to, and this isn't for everyone, so just keep that in mind. But if this feels right for you, it is. Some of you have a karmic connection with this person who has hurt you in the past or currently is. And that's where the Akashic records come in, where we can look at those things in the past, in our past lives, or maybe soul contracts. But I feel like in this lifetime, this karma is being like wiped clean and balanced out. And you really have to decide to move into this new energy and not be stuck. Because I feel like for some of you, you've been stuck on, you keep repeating this story with people in the past, this deceitful, like betrayal energy with this lover, and you have to choose to not do that anymore. And that can be hard to maybe cut someone from your life that you love. But in order to move through it, that's something you're going to need to do. And again, that's not for everyone, but this is coming through very strongly for Metatron. Is for some of you, there is a connection in your past lives that you need to just be done with it. You're done. You've learned all the lessons. They've learned all their lessons. And at this point, you're kind of just hurting each other. So it's time to let that go and being open to this new love, which is also going to transmute this deceitful betrayal energy with this lover in another lifetime. So when we're born in, like, your mom isn't necessarily your mom in every lifetime, right? So whoever this person is, and it's very much loving, like a partner energy. Once this karma is cleared and wiped and you decide, okay, I'm done, I've learned my lessons, let's move on from this, and we bring this new love into your life, there can reincarnate in your life in other ways that are positive and not just like this negative recurring energy. So it could be a family member or a sibling. I'm feeling very strong, like a future sister. So you have to really decide that you're ready to like you're done and actually do the thing. I know sometimes we can be like, oh yeah, I'm done with this person, screw them. And then we just go back, right? Or our insides are still hung up on them. So this is asking you to really just be done with it. Like, close the door in this lifetime on this person and this energy, so you can fulfill those karmic debts and move on. And I'm feeling very exasperated, like you're feeling exasperated. So our last card of these ones are Blossoming Abundance. I'm really drawn to this owl, and I have a connection with animals, so that might be significant for you. Owls can signify greater wisdom and spiritual connection. So this, again, can go back to Archangel Metatron. And even here we have like an image of an angel. So maybe really working with that energy to, if you still have some questions about this union, so you can like get those answered and let that go. But once you're through this process, like, look at how beautiful this is, this garden. There's all this life and this energy, and there's things that could buzz around, and it's beautiful. And so you're really holding yourself back at this point, and you just got to do the thing, and just let it go. And it's going to be amazing. But I know that, again, I'm over here saying this, it's easier said than done, right? So I'm going to pull through two animal totems for you. As I just said, I have a very strong connection with animals. You can use, like I said, if you see the owl, you can use this animal as a synchronistic sign for you that you're on the right path, or if you're asking questions. So we have the fox, sly, sexy, charming shapeshifter. elevated sense of smell, acute hearing, mediumship. Camouflage, retreat, insulate, survive. Keep to yourself until you know who to trust. Yep. Going right back to this deceit card. So when I read sly, sexy, charming, shapeshifter, I was like, that's this person. They're sexy. They've got this enigma about them, but it's not like a good thing. Like it actually turns out to be a bad thing, and you're constantly drawn to like this sexy energy. We got to let it go, right? Mediumship, yeah, working with Archangel Metatron and keeping to yourself until you know who you trust. So this can go back to that patience card, where you have to work through until you can know you can trust the soulmate that wants to come through for you. I'll pull one more. The Swan. Graceful beauty, loyal partner and friend, recognizing the divine within us all, transformation, emergence of true being, loving yourself at all stages in life. Yeah, when I read loyal partner and friend, that's your future soulmate that wants to come into your life. Loving yourself, even though you may feel like you've been betrayed and you should have been smarter, or whatever narratives we like to put around things, right? Shoulda, woulda, coulda. But you know, it's all learning, it's all karma, and when we pass over, it'll all make sense. But you don't have to feel those negative things now. If you need, you know, some therapy to kind of work through what this person did, absolutely. You know, you have time. This person, this soulmate, is not going anywhere. You guys have a soul connection, so you are best to work through some of this karmic energy before you move into this new relationship. I'm just listening here. Yeah, and I'm this camouflage. I feel like you've kind of maybe pretended to be someone you're not for this deceitful person to love you, and I'm here to say it's just not going to work. So it's time to move on, and that might hurt. But trust me, it's what you have coming up is beautiful. So I hope that was helpful, Virgo. Please subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Welcome, Libra, to your love reading for December and a little beyond. So as I'm shuffling, just think about a person, a scenario, any questions you may have so I can pull through messages that will help you get some clarity at this time. So you're going to pull 5 of these. We have Twin Flames, your passion ignites. That's some intense energy, that twin flame. I know everyone is like my twin flame, but whoo, that can be some intense energy. Criticizing one another will only lead to future unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Yeah, kind of like I was talking about that intense energy, and even the next card has, sorry, I'm holding upside down, this flame. Romance, Cupid's arrow strikes. This feels very exciting, but also kind of like, whoa, like it's coming out of nowhere, or it's, yeah, like it's intense and it is moving fast. Let's get 2 more cards here. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Oop, I got this last one. Playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together. Remember, love is the greatest healer. Yeah, so this connection could be twin flame, but it could also just feel like a twin flame and connection. It feels very intense, very fast. I mean, we've even got 2 cards with exclamation points. I don't think I've pulled any so far that do. Most of these cards do not. Very tumultuous, like maybe fighting, breaking up, getting back together. And when we're talking about laughter is the best therapy, it's really talking about having fun together and remembering what you have in common. Just listening. And when I'm looking at this, know that you deserve to be and have what your heart truly desires. You may waver. I feel like this wavering feeling about this, like this person that's coming through, or you're not sure if they're the best for you because of this, like this really intense energy. And I want to pull some more cards on this. Oh, we've already got stuff popping out. So we have victory. We have the thinking man. So maybe you are spending a lot of time thinking about this person and this situation. So we have broken heart and man holding a coin. Yeah, so the story I'm feeling is the arrow strikes. You feel like, yeah, I've met this person. This is amazing. I finally manifested this amazing person that you've been thinking about and meditating about. Maybe even wrote a list to manifest this person. Maybe, but then it's still leading to like some of this like back and forth broken heart energy. I'm actually feeling called to pull a couple more of these cards for you here. You may have manifested intentionally someone with money, and that could be part of this turmoil, because maybe that's coming actually in the way of you guys. Cornucopia. Yeah, so I'm feeling like this connection can really be all you've ever wanted, but you're having trouble accepting each other the way that you are. Like there's something maybe you're hung up on or they're hung up on about themselves, or maybe even you. And I encourage, no one should have to change to be with another person. But sometimes we do have toxic habits that we don't even realize, right? So maybe you're like calling each other out a little too much and you need to kind of reel it back in. And I'm feeling like this playfulness, this cornucopia, like this, the blessings of love are all at your fingertips, like these beautiful blessings. But yeah, I'm feeling like maybe rein it in a little. Like maybe it's a little too intense. You're a little too blindsided, and you've been thinking about this person for so long. You're just like going in it, like, barreling through. And that's not necessarily the best thing to do. Again, whenever I get silent, I'm just listening. Yeah, like I feel like you're hurting each other's feelings and you don't even like mean to or realize it, because maybe you haven't gotten to know each other enough, because you kind of like went to this like, ooh, love situation, right? And you haven't even gotten to know each other well enough. And that doesn't mean the connection isn't real and the love isn't there. It just means maybe take a step back so you can get to know each other a little better and really know, okay, like these things are things that maybe someone they don't like this kind of teasing or whatever it is. So you can, really feel that love and focus on what makes the both of you laugh and connects the two of you, and not so much what doesn't. That's something really strong coming through. So I'm going to pull 2 animal totem cards. I have a very strong connections with animals, so I like to use animal cards in my readings, as if you like with signs and synchronicities, if you see animals somewhere, this can be a confirmation from you, and animals just bring through some really beautiful energy. So we have the dragonfly, inhabiting 2 worlds at once, air and water, day and night. Multidimensional travelers bringing healing and light, protectors of the realm, lifting the veil of consciousness. Yeah, like this, like almost like this contrasting, like air and water energy, a day and night. Like maybe your relationship seems, I feel like there's like this day and night aspect to it, where everything is great and wonderful, and then when it sucks, it really sucks. And sometimes that can actually be pretty toxic. So I feel like for some of you, this is not what you're like, the person you're supposed to be with. But I feel like most of you, this is a really good person that's come into your life and is a soulmate, but you're going to have to work through some of those, like, it's almost like I'm feeling like communication issues almost, in order to really appreciate each other is what I'm hearing. So we have the rabbit and the bee. Sensitive, artistic, clever, nimble, outsmarting adversaries by staying one step ahead, taking colossal leaps and sprinting into the future, heightened libido and procreation. I mean, really, like what else would describe this energy? Like this taking giant leaps into the future and sprinting ahead, and there's like all this sexual energy, but maybe that's not the best course of action, right? I think there really is this message of reel it in a little bit, because it can kind of like fizzle and burn, and it doesn't need to. And then we have the bee. Fertility, abundance, creativity, propagation, strong connections to home and family, accomplishing tasks in a timely manner, tasting the sweet nectar in life. Yeah, like I feel like you're really leaning into like this abundance, like the cornucopia that this relationship brings. There is some financial abundance for some of you that this relationship brings, and it's a lot of fun. but we don't want to burn out on that. And we don't want to like drive each other away essentially. And I mean, for some of you that is going to happen, unfortunately, but for some of you, this could really be a beautiful relationship. You just, yeah, you kind of have to rein it in and take a deep breath, you know? And also this libido, procreation, fertility, there's some pregnancy energy coming in. So whether you could be pregnant, the other person could get pregnant. I'm even feeling like some of you maybe even talked about having kids already, and this hasn't been going on very long. So just think about, your decisions before you make them. Obviously, don't make them in that heightened sense of emotion. Make them from a more grounded place. And if you're not interested in becoming pregnant in this whirlwind of a romance, please take precaution, because I feel like that's something that could definitely happen during this time. So I hope that was helpful, Libra. Please subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your love reading for the month of December going into January. As I'm shuffling, I want you to think about the person, the scenario, the feelings, whatever you're looking for clarity on in this reading, so we can connect and I can pull through those messages for you. So let's get started. I'm going to pull 5 of these cards. So the first card is look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. And when I think of Scorpio, of course, I feel like that deep watery energy is definitely what I feel. So I'm not surprised. This may be your love for another person. Okay, pull out these 2. So the first one here. Forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events. For life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. And then the next one is balance. Love is not always about agreeing for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Yeah, I feel like you're holding on to, and no shade, Scorpios. I love Scorpios. I really do. But I feel like when I think of Scorpios, like this focus on past events, holding on to things, it's hard to move through that, and this is asking you to move through those things, and learning to forgive, because you can't change the past is what I'm hearing, even though we really want to change the past. Right? And then we have trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Yeah, and I'm really feeling like this too is with the past energies as well. Accepting just what has been and that you can't change it. Because we can get really stuck in that energy of thinking about the past, what happened, what could have happened. And this is really asking you to release some of that so it can be transmuted into something beautiful. And this is where healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed at this very moment. Yeah, whatever the scenario is whether it's current or it's past, it definitely needs some healing energy brought into it. And I feel like this relationship has been very challenging, or was really challenging, and has impacted you, and you're really, really holding on to that. And it's time to heal some of that and let it go. Let's pull some more cards here. So we have Magician and the Mirror. Yeah, I'm really getting this feeling of alchemizing. Like I said, like transmuting this this pain and this heartache into something, like either transform the current relationship or that energy, that negative energy of the past one, transforming that into transforming that so that you can bring in what's meant for you is what I'm getting here. So we have Archangel Raphael, the 4th chakra. So that's the heart chakra. We have the 1st chakra, Archangel Michael. Whoa, we're really pulling these Archangel cards for you guys. And the 3rd chakra, Archangel Shamuel. Okay, so Shamuel is associated, I believe, with love. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Raphael is definitely heart chakra energy. And then Michael is that protective energy we need in our lives to just kind of function. So I'm definitely feeling like you guys need to, Either you can work with all these archangels, a specific one, and a different one of your choice, whatever you feel, but they can definitely help you clear out these chakras. So like the root chakra is very much like that security, and I feel like you're not feeling that security in your life because of whatever's happened, and kind of like moving that energy through your body, like up through the first, up through the third, into the fourth. And then in that fourth chakra of the heart is really where it's going to be transformed and made into something beautiful. But you have to allow yourself to do that. And this process is like the magician in the mirror, where we have like this blue and then this fiery energy. It really needs to be transmuted. And we go back to here where it's talking about this transformation. Just accepting it is going to help this energy move through. So it would really be something like this. So I'm just going to put them in order because it just makes more sense visually, right? So it's going to help move through the root into the solar plexus, into the heart chakras, and kind of move this through to make this transformation happen. But you have to get back to this place of security by letting go of what's happened before. And I'm feeling it could even be with the current person. So maybe if something happened in your past, this is definitely letting that go. And that's been coming through for a lot of signs. So the energy at the end of this year is definitely that releasing energy. But I also feel like this could be for someone you're with now. Maybe something has happened, or it's just not in the best place, and your security's kind of been, kind of put out of balance. And your relationship is going to challenge you. So love and relationships aren't always just going to be like positive lovey-dovey, right? So this just honestly doesn't feel like it has to be something like a relationship ending. It feels like it's just a normal challenge that's coming up that you just work through, and then you're stronger for it afterward. But in order to bring that healing in, you have to be open to it, and you have to accept the other person as they are and find that balance in the relationship. So I'm going to pull through some animal totem cards. If you've watched any of the other signs or any of my other readings, I am very connected with animals, so I like to pull in animal energies in a lot of my readings. So the first one we have is the snail. Beneath the stony hull lies a soft and dewy side, healing of deep wounds, rejuvenation. Re-emerging after a period of rain, slow down and appreciate the little things. Yeah, so I feel like this is kind of you. Like you've built up this hard exterior to protect your soft and dewy inside because maybe some stuff has happened that's hurt you. But, we got healing. We have all these archangels coming in wanting to help you heal. And, you're going to re-emerge after this time. But you have to let yourself, feel the feelings and go through the healing. Let's pull one more. And you can also use, if you see any of these animals as confirmation, I see very frequently signs and synchronicities. So I encourage the rest of you to also start seeing those in your life, because that's the divine communicating with us. So now I have this one. Graceful beauty, loyal partner and friend, recognizing the divine within us all, transformation, emergence of true being, loving yourself at all stages in life. Yeah, like that loyal partner is really standing out to me, and friend. Like I feel like this person is very loyal, is very much, you have a strong connection with them, and this is just kind of a hiccup, and it's challenging for you, but it's going to make you stronger and your relationship stronger. So I hope that was helpful, Scorpio. Please subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Welcome, Sagittarius, to your reading. So as I shuffle the cards, I ask that you think of the person, the scenario, the situation that you're looking for guidance on, so I can pull and connect through to your energy and bring about some messages for you. Okay, so Sagittarius, December into January of this year. What do we have? Woof, we got stuff flying. All right. I'm feeling like I need to pull them all and let you look at the imagery on these cards. So that's what we'll do. And I really love these cards. I love that every single one has a different picture. Unlike most decks, I think that's just so beautiful. So let's see, pull through here. Yeah, I'm just being called to tell you, like, to look at the artwork and see if anything resonates with you. You can pull through from signs through the artwork as well. Okay, got stuff flying all over the place. Okay. So our first one here, healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. And a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Oh, that's very beautiful. I'm just getting like this deep connection, this deep bond that you have with this person. So I'm feeling like this is romantic, but it can also be platonic for some of you that maybe you want to turn romantic, or maybe someone that you're already in a relationship with. So I'm going to pull some of these cards here. And this healing card, I'm feeling like the healing is not necessarily about the relationship, but is more internal. Maybe coming back to this friendship connection that you used to have, or focusing on that friendship connection. To feel this love and light that's coming through, because it is definitely there. Pull one more here for Sagittarius. Okay. So we have the Deceit card, indecision, patience, in the garden, and the gate. Let me just kind of take this in here. So some of you may feel like the person that this reading is referencing has betrayed you or been deceitful in some way. And I'm feeling like this friendship, now this obviously isn't going to be for everyone, right? So this is general, so just take what resonates. I'm going to be picking up on a lot of different things, but I'm feeling like going back to this friendship bond is what's going to bring you guys back together. After this feeling of betrayal and deceit, some of you don't feel this at all and you're like, okay, whatever. So that part's not for you. And because of this betrayal and deceit, you may be feeling indecision, like which way do I go? Do I end it? Do I stay? And I'm feeling like there's this deep love in this relationship. There's this deep loyal bond. I'm not sure what this is. Since it's general, it's kind of, it could be so many different things, but I'm feeling like whatever this relationship is, for those of you it resonates with, is you don't have to be worried with making a decision because you're still in the right place. This is just something you're going to work through together, and it's going to bring you closer together. And you're being asked to have patience for this scenario, and this person especially is what I'm feeling. Maybe they're having a hard time expressing themselves. I'm feeling like the deceit and the betrayal isn't necessarily like a big deal, and I use that lightly, so I don't feel like it's something like cheating, but it may feel like, okay, you told me you weren't busy and then you went and hung out with your friends, right? So that sort of scenario it can feel a bit like they betrayed you, and that really comes down to that person not feeling secure enough to have that conversation. So having patience for that person and what they're feeling, and giving them the time and the space to reconnect with you on a friendship level and express themselves, and create that safe space for them to express themselves. And I'm not saying do this for someone who's drastically harmed you, but maybe just something where, oh, I didn't want to say that I was going to hang out with my friends because I didn't want you to think I didn't want to spend time with you. Where then when you don't say it, it seems weird, and there's all these other things, right? And this will bring a deep healing and bring you guys closer together in your relationship. And the garden and the gate. So this image is a girl standing in a garden, and the gate is closed, and she's kind of looking out there. And this might be kind of what I'm getting from this, is that feeling of indecision back here, is you're like, I have all these great things in this relationship, but what's out there for me? And I don't, just depending on how serious this relationship is, that's not necessarily a bad thing to think about. But don't forget what you have too, like all this beautiful garden and this loving energy in your relationship. And I do feel like it's going to bring you closer together. You're going to, your relationship is love, and love is definitely going to blossom, but it's just a hard scenario to be in. And your friendship is you're going back to the base of your friendship is going to help heal that relationship and that love. They are thinking of you. They do love you. They just made a mistake. And it doesn't have to be like to ruin everything you guys have. Okay, I'm going to pull some animal cards. So if you watched any of my other readings or the other ones, any other signs in this, I have a deep connection with animals. So I like to pull in animal cards, and I also like to remind people to use them to validate any signs and synchronicities you may experience. I experience frequently signs and synchronicities, and I think sometimes, and that's an easy way for our guides to get in contact with us, and I feel like sometimes we forget about that. So this is just 2 animals that if you see are confirmation for you. So we have snake. I cannot pronounce that first word. We're just going to let you read them. Kundalini activation, carnal knowledge, portal to awakening, primal chi medicine, the new is emerging now. So what I'm feeling like is this kind of like carnal or re-emerging is maybe you feel like you're re-emerging new after this, whatever this is in your relationship you've been struggling with. And I feel like it's actually a good thing. So maybe you feel more secure in your relationship or with yourself, or you realize that you don't need someone else to make you happy, but you can make yourself happy, that sort of thing. And then we have woodpecker, rapping, tapping from forest canopy overhead, undetected if not for the sound, listen. Primal rhythms awaken your heart to the earth song. So on both of these cards, we have primal rhythms and we have carnal knowledge. So something really, is really coming back to that like primal carnal space. So maybe this is you need to connect sexually with this person is coming through for some of you, and really just come back to that basic connection that we can have as humans, right? And when I see listen, I kind of said earlier about listening to your partner and their point of view and maybe what they're experiencing. And that's really important in a relationship, right? And for healing is that communication and listening to one another. So I hope that was helpful, Sagittarius. Please subscribe and follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your love reading for December into January. So as I shuffle, I just ask that you think about the person, the question, the scenario that you would like some insight on. And we'll start pulling these cards here. Okay, I'm feeling this one. I really love this deck and how there's different artwork on each card. I feel like that can really speak to us, in the ways that we need to receive messages. So there may be information in the images for you. Okay. Pulling a lot of the same cards, so I think this love energy is going to be pretty similar for a lot of us. So we have wait, don't rush into it, allow nature to take its course. Easier said than done, right? Especially when it comes to love. Manifesting miracles, your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow and you will be surprised where it leads. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. And then secret admirer, someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. So what I'm feeling like is maybe you've been wanting to manifest a specific person or a type of partner and you've been working on that. And I feel like it's coming in, but it's going to take a little bit of time to fully come to culmination. And what I'm hearing is you've done all the manifestation work for love that you need to. Now you need to just go with the flow and let it come to you, instead of saying, okay, I want to meet a person on this specific dating app or at this specific place. You kind of need to open that gate a little bit to let this manifestation of love come into your life, and let the divine take over is what I'm hearing. So let the divine take over now. And also, and this is kind of harkens back to that, as you've done all that manifesting in your mind stuff, just go back to your heart, feel that love that you're searching, feel it for yourself, feel what it would like to be with this person, because they are out there. This may even be someone with a secret admirer card, someone you already know, or maybe someone that's kind of like been watching you from afar. I don't know why I got the image of a grocery store and someone that shops there, and you shop at the same place, and they've been like kind of eyeing you and wanting to ask you out, but they're a little like nervous. That's obviously not going to be for everybody, but I feel like for a lot of you, this person is already in your sphere. Even if you're not aware of them, they are aware of you. So let's draw some more cards for this. So we have 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron, Journey, whoa. Storm Warning, and Magician in the Mirror. Yeah, we're getting a lot of the same cards. If you watch, your other signs, just use that as confirmation. I'm like, we're getting a lot of the same energy. So I'm just going to listen here. So for this Journey card, for you guys, what I'm feeling is you might meet this person on a trip. Maybe you go on a trip, and this secret admiration kind of comes into like, they see you and they're like, oh my gosh. And maybe you find out you live in the same town or something, and it's kind of like this beautiful synchronicity. Now, again, this is very specific, so it's only going to be for some people, but what I'm seeing is this, so you're on this trip and there's a storm, and so it makes you cancel whatever your plans are for that day, like that fun thing you were going to do. And when you're either like, hey, just hanging out in the hotel or doing something you thought was boring, this secret admirer is going to see you. And I know that's very, very specific, so it's obviously not for everyone. But that's definitely coming in for some of you, that you need that confirmation, because you feel like you've been trying so hard to manifest this love and it's just not coming through. So trust that, like with the flow here, right? Trust that flow. Like it's storming for a reason, and you canceled your plans for a reason, right? Trust in the divine now, and let go of like the manipulation in your mind, and just feel into it in your heart. And it's gonna bring it in. You've done all the mental work you can, is what's coming through. Yeah, and with this manifesting miracles and this magician, like I heard you are the magician of your life, where you're very good at manifesting. And sometimes that can bring in things that maybe aren't for your highest good, but we do have free will. So this is just an overall message, not necessarily related to love, but also related to love. And who we think we should be with might not be right. So kind of step back away from the intentional manifestation. Just go with the flow of the universe and the divine to take you where you need to go, okay? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with manifestation. I just know for me personally that sometimes what we think that we want or is best for us, there's better things, but then we shut them out because we're too focused on this one thing. So maybe you're focused on a specific person or a certain type of person, and then this new love that comes in is none of those things, and you're kind of blindsided, right? It doesn't mean that your manifestation didn't work or that they're the wrong person. You just kind of got to let go of some of that control a little bit. And I mean, we're talking about Capricorns here, so I'm sure you've been working hard on this. Let it go a little bit and go with the flow. I know it can be hard. And then Archangel Metatron, you can work with Metatron. What I'm feeling for him is to help heal some of those wounds around love and control, because that controlling nature can, unfortunately detriment our relationships in a negative way. So he really wants to come in and just work with you and maybe tap into the Akashic records a little bit to kind of sort through some of those things. because I feel like some of this stuff is coming up from a past life, like some of this controlling feeling. And I am going to be offering one-on-one Akashic record readings in the future. So if you're interested, please let me know below. And so I'm going to pull some animal totem cards. So if you've watched any of my other readings or any of the other signs, I'm pulling these cards because I have a very strong connection with animals, and I want to bring in their medicine as often as possible for us. So I'm going to be pulling these 2 cards. You can use whatever animals show up as confirmation for you that you're on the right path, or like a sign in synchronicity. I think unless we're looking for it, we can miss some of those things, or say something's a coincidence, but it's not. It's the divine talking to you. So an easy way to do that is through animals. So this could be online or in person, right? So we have the peacock. Flamboyant, elegant, proud, sacred. So I'm feeling like this is you, this like elegant, proud person. Death, resurrection, immortality, the phoenix rises. Adding color to your personal style, the spotlight is on you, stretch your stuff. Yeah, like I feel like I don't feel like there's just one secret admirer for some of you, but you're like strutting it. You're like living your life. You're like, I want this, I'm going for this. And it's very attractive. So I'm just feeling like, be your peacock self, and this is going to definitely bring this person very close to you. And then we have raccoon. Masked marauder in the night, resourceful, curious, tactile, resilient. Ceremony, ritual, the shaman's journey. Paying meticulous attention to hygiene and diet. So with this one, what's standing out to me in these messages is your resiliency and your resourcefulness in relationships, or maybe even booking this trip, or, you know, I think Capricorns are very resourceful and resilient in general. So this has suited you well, but it's also kind of like we've talked about, made you a little bit more controlling, or like dictating your life instead of going with the flow. And this is just, you know, kind of let some of that go, embrace yourself, and kind of let the divine get working for you, because they're going to bring in some great things for you at the end of the year here. So I hope that was helpful. Please subscribe and follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to your love reading for December and January. As I shuffle, I want you to think of the person that you have in mind, the scenario, the feelings, whatever it is you're here to get guidance on, so our energies can connect, and I can pull through whatever confirmation you need or answers. Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. Let's start over, guys. That's way too much. And I love this deck. The different artwork on each card is just amazing. So I'm feeling like with you guys, as I have some other signs, to go ahead and just look at the artwork. There may be some symbolism in there for you. There may be a personalized message for you. So I'll just let you look at that, and then we'll pull one more for Aquarius. No. Okay. All right. Sorry. No, not that one. All right. Yep. It's going to be the one that was on the top of the deck. Okay. So we'll go through these first. The first one we have here is look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. New beginning, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Criticizing one another will only lead to future unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. And transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Let me just tune in here a little more. So what I'm feeling like is focusing on your passions outside of the relationship is going to bring, if you're in a relationship right now, it's going to bring you guys closer together. There is a relationship experts that I've heard where we are really attracted to our partner when they're just kind of like doing their thing, right? So this is going to kind of like reignite something for some of you if you focus on your passions outside of the relationship. And even if you're not in a partnership, focusing on your passions could manifest that person into your life, because they're also, you guys have that thing in common where they're also living those passions. So it could be a way to meet someone. And when I read this one, my love for you is as deep as the ocean, I wasn't feeling this from a person. I was feeling this from your guides. Look within and you will feel my love. I feel like some of you are maybe looking for that confirmation from your guides that they're listening or they're here. And this is that for you, for those of you that have been asking for that. And when I see this too, I'm not seeing this is criticizing necessarily in a relationship, but maybe criticizing yourself, which can also lead to unhappiness. And you're not wanting to accept yourself for who you are. You're trying to be something you're not. So this transformation where your relationship with one another is about to deepen, love conquers and transforms all things. This is going to be true whether you're in a partnership now or like you're looking for one, but also that transformation within ourselves, where when we're doing our thing, we're vibing ourselves, we're loving ourselves, that transformation of that self-love and excitement can really pull in more of that in the form of a person or a deeper connection. And seeing this through each other, you find the missing pieces. I do feel like this is a person, even if they're not in your life yet. But I feel like you're only going to have that if you're tuned in with yourself. And this is even with people who are in partnerships. We frequently look outside of ourselves for validation and comfort. And this is really asking you to trust in yourself, trust in your guides, trust in the divine, and really turn inward in order to feel that external love. It's going to be more powerful. So let's pull some more messages. Woo, that one just flew out. So we have carrying connections. Yeah, like I'm feeling as you're doing your thing. I don't know why the phrase keeps coming in. Like this connection is just going to naturally like come about. It's going to be effortless is what I'm hearing. So we have attachment. So I feel like you're attached to an idea of what a relationship should be, or maybe you're attached to a person from the past or someone you want to be with now. And if you look at this woman is looking like she's taking off a mask, or she's looking at one and she's like chained to this, and you have to let go of whatever this attachment is for you, whether it's someone from the past or the present that's not interested, or an idea about yourself that isn't necessarily true. Letting go of this attachment. And I do feel like to some of you, it is a person, kind of like an unrequited love situation. And really diving into your passions is where you're going to find this other and this relationship with one another. But you can't really do that if you're still attached to the past, right? So we have indecision. And we have second chakra, Archangel Ariel. Okay. So you can work with Archangel Ariel to clear out that second chakra, to clear out some of that old negative energy, to do this detachment process. And I'm feeling like this indecision for some of you is, do you go down this new adventure, or do you keep doing what you've always done? So the situation that immediately came to mind for me was sharing my story, a brief snippet of it at least, where I quit my corporate job of over 10 years and the career that I had built up for a long time in order to start doing readings and connecting at a huge spiritual awakening. And I was kind of left with this indecision too, and this attachment to the past of, do I go down this road and make this huge change, or should I stay where I'm at and stay attached to the past, right? And I'm only sharing this that it might resonate with you, where there really isn't an indecision at all. You know where you're supposed to go, but you're so attached to either the outcome or the past is you're resisting going down that road. And I'm just listening here. yeah, work with Archangel Ariel to clear out this emotional energy of the past, this this kind of like this stagnation, so that you can, yeah, like I'm feeling like maybe you're feeling some guilt. Maybe you feel irresponsible if you make this decision. Like I was certainly going to feel irresponsible just quitting my job and uprooting everything to start doing readings and working in the spiritual community for people. But working with her will really help balance the sacral chakra, the second chakra, and really bring in that creativity, that joy, that prosperity that you're looking for. And it is going to come about in like this not directly related to a relationship way. But once you tap back into your creativity and your passions, this connection is going to come through. This carrying connection, missing piece is going to come through for you. So I am going to pull some animal cards. If you've watched any of the other readings, you will know I have a strong connection with animals. So I like to pull through their guidance as well. If you see any of these animals out and about, they can be confirmation for you that you're on the right path, etc. So pull this through here. Okay. These two. Okay. So we have the rat and the ladybug. Rat, sneaking, slinking, hiding, stealing, fear, lack, hoarding, squalor. Surviving in harsh environments, release what no longer serves you. Yeah, release this attachment. You might be feeling like you've been surviving in a harsh environment, or you've been like kind of hiding who you are because of fear and lack, and it's time to release that attachment. It really, really is. That attachment to the past, that attachment to a person, either in the past or in the present. This is really calling for that release. And you know you need to release it. Ultimately, this indecision is just a mirage. Like this isn't real, but you think it is because we make things harder for ourselves than they need to be. This looking deep within the heart, like that's what you need to do. You know where you need to go. And then we have the ladybug. Lucky lady of the garden, harbinger of happiness and joy, rid my life of obstacles that are destructive to my divine right to flourish. Yeah, like we want to use the ladybug energy to like bring like kind of smash through this rat energy, this attachment to something. Help, call an Archangel Ariel to help you transmute this so that you can bring in that right to flourish in your creativity and your passions, and that's naturally going to bring romantic love for you. So I hope that was helpful, Aquarius. Please subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, Pisces, and welcome to your love reading for December and January. As I shuffle, I would like you to think of the person, the situation, the feelings, whatever you're looking for clarity on in this reading. Okay. Hello, Pisces, and welcome to your love reading for December and January. As I shuffle, I'd like you to think of the person, the feelings, the scenario, whatever you came here for guidance on, so that our energies can connect and I can bring that message through for you. Okay, so our first card here. Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. Ooh, only time will tell. Okay. These ones, okay. All right, we have an extra card here. That is fine. So we have a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. We have let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let resentment go. And then we have time. You're trying too hard. Give it some time. So we've got this double message of time here, right? Only time will tell, give it some time. And I'm also feeling like with the giving each other space is also give each other some time. I'm going to start pulling the next set of cards here. So when I'm looking at this, emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort and cloud our perception. I think when we're in love, whether currently in their past, we can get really attached to someone pretty quickly. And what I'm feeling with this emotion card is that we can kind of smother each other. And maybe that's why you're feeling as if you're having this waiting time energy and you're trying too hard, because you do need to back off a little, let the situation breathe a little. But what I'm feeling is, what I'm hearing is they're sorting through something. I'm not sure what. It's just that word sorting. So maybe they're kind of dealing with something of their own. Maybe you haven't heard from them in a while and you're wondering, are they interested in me? And what is coming through is yes, but they're kind of fixated on something else right now, and they just need that space and that time to kind of sort through that to come back as their best selves. And sometimes we need that, right? We can't be on 100% for other people all the time. And when we love someone, that can be difficult because we feel like it has something to do with us, but it doesn't, right? It's about them. So let's pull this here. So we've got door to value, strategy, community, and hostilities. So maybe this person has been working on their career, where they're, kind of those more earthly concerns, money, career, that hustle. Maybe they've been focusing on that more, and that's kind of been weighing on you a little bit, and you've been trying really hard to get their attention or to find out how they feel about you, and you're feeling maybe a little jaded or a little discarded, right? And that's definitely not something we want to feel. And what I'm calling to pull through as a message is they're not intentionally having you feel this way. They're just really fixated on this other thing. And what I'm feeling like is it's give it time, because they're going to sort through that situation and all's going to come back where it is. I'm just listening here. You can't resent them for this time in their life, but once it's past, it is appropriate to have that conversation, especially if you want to stay with this person and say, hey, I understand, I'm glad we're through it, but our relationship matters too. And maybe part of this is because it's a newer relationship that it feels a little strange to have that conversation, and maybe you're holding on a little too hard. But they do think of you, and they do feel like you're their other half. They just have a hard time kind of juggling it all. And giving them that space that they need is really going to show them that you respect them and their vision and love them for who they are, right? And not like you're just trying to get that good feeling from them. I feel like this has maybe caused some arguments or, torn you guys apart a little bit. And really letting go of that resentment is going to do a world of healing for you. And I know that doesn't apply to everyone, so I'm trying to kind of listen into some other messages for you guys here. I feel like some of you are like really strategizing. That's the word, strategizing. Okay, I'm going to show up at this time at the bus stop. I'm not sure why the bus stop came through, but I'm going to do this, and this to run into them. I'm going to... And I laugh because it's really that emotion of you really like them, you're really attracted to them. And what I'm feeling like is, again, the space is needed, and only time is going to tell if in that specific scenario of strategizing to get close to someone is going to work. I still feel like you're trying too hard. Maybe pull it back a little, even just for your own sake. And this card of community. So you may be all a part of the same community. Maybe you're part of different communities and you want to kind of bring them together. When I'm looking at this, I'm also feeling that work vibe. So I'm you know, it might not resonate with all of you, but there's some sort of career stuff coming through. So maybe you met this person at work, and they're like shooting to the top, and you feel like, you know, oh, yeah, wait, what about me? But they just need some time, and then you guys can work through that. I feel like the missing piece for some of you is the more career-oriented piece, and what's missing for them is kind of that home and hearth piece. And I feel like the two of you coming together would be really great, and you can learn off each other. But in order to do that, you know, you have to let go of the resentments for some of the little fights that have been had, and accept that, you know, your emotions are a part of life, but they can also make you feel like things are happening that aren't. Like maybe you're taking things as slights that aren't meant that way. And that's where communication is really important to you, or not just to you, but to all of us. And, you know, where this phrase of love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Yeah, like you don't want to claim this person. I think a lot of people would want to run away with that. That doesn't mean that you don't have a connection just because they're kind of distant and doing their own thing, but you need to allow and give them that space and show them that respect. And that's really going to go a long way for your connection in the future. So I'm going to pull some animal totem cards. If you've watched the other readings, you'll know that animals I have a very strong connection to them. So I would like to just pull a couple animals for you to know, hey, this is a synchronistic thing that I'm experiencing, and use them as confirmation that what you're, you know, confirmation from your guides, right? I think that as we kind of blow everything off as coincidence, but it usually is actually not. So we have the lion, majestic, generous, fierce, proud, courageous, king of the beasts, sublime leadership inspires loyalty, delegate authority, then bask in the sun. Yeah, I'm feeling like this is the person you're interested in. They have this lion energy, like this leadership. And at the point, like I said, that there's going to be a point where this focus on career kind of stops, and that's where they are able to start delegating, right? But you see this, you know, majestic, proud person that you're very attracted to. And just remember that whatever qualities you see, sorry, this is a lot of glare on that card. Whatever qualities you see in this person, you don't want to squash those out because maybe we're feeling insecure or discarded. We want to let the people we love blossom in their way and then walk with them in that, right? So just remember that you love them for this person, so let them be this person, and then you can work on how a relationship would work with that, because they do care about you. It's just difficult for them to have that focus everywhere at once. Grasshopper, health, blessings, fertility, the gift of song. Inspired creations reveal your true spirit. Reincarnation, discovering your soul path, advancement by leaps and bounds. So that advancement really stands out for me. And I think it's this person who's, again, seeking that advancement in their life, and they're going to get it. But sometimes that could feel like at the detriment of you, but it's not. This grasshopper card is very positive, and it's actually going to be a really good thing for both of you in a learning and growing experience. So we have seagull, joyous seafarer calling from the sky, edging on this world and another, coming from a higher perspective, riding the currents of life. Yeah, so coming from a different perspective than your own, hearing their perspective, giving them that space, coming to the middle for both of you, and riding that this is just one of the currents that, you know, they're in and you're in right now, but you're going to be riding other currents in the future, right? So don't let the emotions and like this heavy like worry ruin what could be, because we're so fixated on what's happening right now with this current, because it always ebbs and flows, right? So I hope that was helpful. Please subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.